As I'm assuming a lot of you guys know, the full free AKA player pack is available tomorrow in Madden 23, and in today's video, I'm going to be going through and showcasing how you can claim it, as well as more importantly, if it's worth it. Because I know for a lot of people watching this video, myself included, I'm not really sure whether or not I want to invest the time to get this player for free. So let's go through and talk about how long it's going to take, whether it's worth it, and how you can get the player. Okay, now Salsals and family, and welcome back to another Madden 23 video. Without further ado, let's go to our sets, filter it down by the program aka new class, and showcase the pack that's going to be giving us a full AKA player. Now, as you guys can see, the pack is available by completing this set. For putting in 36 AKA tokens, you're going to be getting a BND AKA player of your choice. So any of the 98s in this game, or I guess the 97s if you want them, you can pick from this pack. And fellas, releasing tomorrow are the final solo challenges in this game that are going to allow us to get enough tokens to complete that set. Because as you guys can see right here, when we go to our solos, it says new solos will be released every week until March 27th, which is tomorrow, so be sure to check back every single week. And that sentence is basically telling us that we'll be able to get the player tomorrow when we play through our solos. Okay, so now the question really becomes, is it worth it? Because unlike these Ultimate Legend solos or the Legend challenges where they're really quick to do, these take you a little bit longer on a per solo basis. Oh yeah, and by the way, just to clear this up right here, when you go to your milestones, you guys will see at like milestone tier 2, milestone tier number 6, milestone tier number 8, that's where you get the AKA tokens. And again, with those tokens, you put them in the set, and tomorrow there'll be enough solos in the game to get enough tokens to get the player for free if you play through all the challenges. But like I was saying, let's talk about the difficulty of these solos, because unlike other solos in the game, these are a little bit harder. If we take a look at someone like Gilly Lock right here, instead of playing through like single drive solos, this one right here is going to be a full quarter challenge. And then some of the other solos in here are going to be half game challenges as well. This one right here is not allowing a touchdown in the third quarter, so we got to play through that entire quarter instead of like some of the other solos EA puts in the game that are like score a touchdown on the drive or don't allow any points on the drive, where you can do those in a matter of plays. These take you a few minutes. But obviously that's not the case for every single solo. I will say for some of the solos EA Sports has been releasing more recently, like if we take a look at Saquads for example right here, this first one is just to score a rushing touchdown on the drive, which is going to be quick. Some of the newer solos EA Sports put in the game are a little bit easier, so these sequences we see at the bottom are going to be a little quicker than the top ones. But overall, if I have to estimate how long these are going to take, there are 78 solos you guys are going to play through. Each of these are taking you at least a few minutes. I would say realistically, if you have yet to play a single one of these solos, you're probably looking at about 3.5 hours of grinding. That is a long time. And if I'm being fully honest, if you're watching this video and you have 0 of these solo challenges completed, you have 0 stars in here, I don't know that that's worth it, fellas. You're going to be getting a player that sells for about like 600,000 coins in value. And the question really becomes, is a BND 98 worth 3.5 hours of grinding? I don't necessarily think that's the case. But if you're in a situation where like I am right here, where you've got 48 of the solos done, or maybe 30 of the challenges done so far, I would say if you've already played through 25 out of the 78 solos, then it's worth continuing and playing through the rest of them. Because if you're in that situation and you don't play through the rest of the solos, it's kind of like, what was the point of even playing through the first few? If you already spent that like hour or hour and a half in the past couple of weeks playing through these solos, and then you don't play through the rest of them, it's kind of like that time wasn't worth it. So again, if you're in a situation where you've already played through 25 or more of these solos, I recommend you come in here and get progress on these. I probably spent like an hour off camera playing through some of these. I believe I probably have about an hour and a half to 2 hours left of grinding, but I'll go through here. I'll get these sequences done one by one, probably in like 30-minute increments. You come on for a little bit of time, you get your solos done, you hop off. I don't really like playing solos for like 3 hours straight, so that's probably what I'll end up doing. Okay, so those are kind of the categories of people that I recommend playing these, as well as don't recommend playing. If you've already done 25 out of the 78 solos, play through the rest of them. If not, it might not be worth your time. But fellas, this is something that I believe is going to be worth it for almost everyone. Want to open up packs with better odds than EA Sports gives you? Well, check out mudpacks.com to open up packs, win coins, and withdraw them directly to your account. And of course, use code SWIFT as you're checking out the site for 15% off. Okay, now in my opinion, this might be a little bit of a high IQ play. Let me explain what I'm thinking. When we go to our sets right here and we filter it on over by the AKA new class set in this game, as you guys may or may not know, if I picked up say like Shaquille Leonard the Maniac right here and I wanted to put the X factor on this player, what I would need is I would need the 95 overall version of the card. And since a bunch of people are going to be getting like Shaquille Leonard for free, or maybe some of the other 98s in this game for free, that's going to mean they're now going to be demanding the 95 overall players, because they're going to want to put the X factor on these cards. So in my opinion, there is most certainly the opportunity to potentially pre-build this set, or maybe invest in some of the 90 overall players that go in this. As you guys can see right here, these 90s are selling for about 19k. If you snipe them for about like 16,000 coins, I feel like that's a really good deal. And then tomorrow, when a bunch of people are like, okay, I got my Shaquille Leonard, or I I got my 98 overall player in this game for free. Now I want to put the X factor on him. Those 90s are going to go up in price because in order to get the 95, you got to pick up the 90s. So what I'm going to do right now is go on over to my filter, aka new class, filter it down by the quality 90 to 91. And if I see any players right here that are selling at about like 17,000, 18,000 coins, I'm probably buying them. Realistically, I don't think I'm buying at a number higher than like 22k, but like at 19.5 or 18.5, honestly, not a terrible investment because I think these cards will probably go up in price and they could go up relatively soon. Honestly, not a bad investment because I think these cards can most certainly go up in price and can go up in price soon. As you guys will see, they're really consistently at about like 20,000 coins. If they go up to 30, well, hey, we just made 10,000 coins per card. But honestly, I probably wouldn't be buying at a price higher than 22k. If you guys see these cards selling for higher than 22,000, that might not be worth it. But I do think this is kind of like a high IQ investment tactic because a lot of people are going to be demanding the 95 overall players tomorrow because they want to put X factors on their new free player. And when that happens, these 90 should go up in price and we should hopefully make some profit on these. Okay, now otherwise, let's just talk quickly about the best 98s to pick. I'm probably going to be making a full-length video tomorrow where I talk about the best ones to select. If you guys want to make sure you're up to date with that content, hit that sub button down below. It's absolutely free. You can unsub at any time, and I guarantee you your Madden Ultimate Team will get better if you hit that sub button. But let's go in here. Let's filter it down by the program, aka new class, and there is one important thing I want to tell you. Okay, now when it comes to making your selection in here, I think realistically, you got to pick up a 98 overall player. It's not worth getting one of these 97s, and I think another thing you want to look for is a card that gets an X factor of value. So a card like Shaquille Leonard right here, who's a pass rusher, gets a really awesome X factor, whereas when we compare that to like Danny Dimes, his X factor isn't really going to matter. And in my opinion, the whole value of these aka new class players is those X factors. You guys know how good Derrick Henry as well as the Quadfather card are. That's because of their X factors. So in my opinion, the best card to select at the moment before we have any reveals for tomorrow is Shaquille Leonard. He gets the X factor, which is unstoppable force, and that's just such a valuable X factor at a valuable X factor position. Like when you compare having an X factor on a pass rusher versus a quarterback, it's just so much more valuable on the pass rusher, or even like pass rusher to tight end, it's so much more valuable on the pass rusher. So for the time being, I think Shaquille Leonard is the best player. Again, I'll probably update that tomorrow once we get the cards released in this game. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, be sure to scroll down and leave a like. Hit that sub button as well by clicking on the screen right here if you want to stay up to date for tomorrow's content. Again, I'll be talking about the best 98 to pick tomorrow because we'll probably get some new reveals, or we most certainly will get some new reveals. And if you want to stay up to date, hit that red sub button, and I'm out, boys. Love y'all. Peace.